Okay, people, so a few days ago, the developers of City Skylines 2 kind of released a patch, which is apparently the biggest patch ever so far for City Skylines 2. And one of the first things mentioned was post office, improvements on post office. And I gotta level with you real quick. I did not know that this game had a post office, okay? So now I gotta build one, right? But I ain't got no space no more. So I had to rebuild my whole city, right? But I also had another reason to rebuild the city. It's interesting, we'll get into that later. But for now, you must be wondering what the hell is a post office? Well, a post office is where your Amazon, eBay boxes get thrown around, okay? But back in the day, people also communicate through the post office. Before there were smartphones, people used to write letters using something known as a pen. If you don't know what a pen is, it's kind of like a touch screen, but instead of touching screens, you touch paper with it. Now you might be asking, why not just call it touch paper? I have no idea, bro. I have no idea. Anyway, oh, and something spicy did happen as well. The Colossal Order CEO, oh man, the CEO is posting on forums, huh? So the CEO said something like, if you dislike the simulation, this game just might not be for you. And they had to apologize for this statement. I mean, it is a bit harsh on people that kind of spend a lot of money to buy your game. But I kind of understand it. I mean, when your only competitor in this city building arena is the one-man show high-rise city, you kind of it's understandable that you can be kind of arrogant about it, but still, well, they've apologized, so it's fine. However, what they said was really, I mean, simulation. If you dislike the simulation, excuse me, this is not a simulation. This is life itself. Every single one of these sims is my child. Every single one of these sims, not you, are my sons and daughters. How dare you? How dare you call it a simulation? How dare? Okay. But I mean, it is what it is. They've apologized for it, whatever. But this patch does have a lot of improvements. But I'm gonna be honest, I kind of just skimmed through everything. But there's one thing that caught my eye. In the graphic fixes, it says here, improved terrain smoothing for networks and large buildings. I'm passionate about terrain height in City Skylines. Are they fixing it? Are they fixing the terrain? And like I said earlier, this is why I wanted to rebuild my city. I wanted to make it a little bit more varied in terms of terrain instead of just a flat city. So I did. I just made a whole new layout, and certain areas are flat, certain areas are hilly, and we're just gonna see if they did make any improvement to the terrain. And I gotta say, kinda, it's a bit better than before, right? And you can see it in, okay, we're just gonna go around here. You can see it in these terrace, I don't know how to pronounce it, terrace houses. And you can see it kind of looks better. It's not perfect, but it kind of looks better. It doesn't look wild. Of course, there are some extreme examples where they just can't handle the terrain, like this, for instance. I mean, it's kind of, but then you look to your right, those houses kind of look okay. And oh yeah, gas stations. These gas stations kind of look okay, right? Gas stations used to be wild when you build on different terrains. This kind of looks okay to me. It's not perfect. It's not super straight. And also, this is another extreme example, and I wouldn't blame this on the game because I was building a house so far up and I was zoning so far up and the terrain difference is too much, so it's fine. I'll let this one go. But you know what? The real test is we gotta go first person. And yeah, it looks kind of okay. Oh, wait.
Bruh.
Nah. Now that's wild, bro. Yeah, I mean, it's still, I guess, you know what? They said it's for networks and large buildings, so it doesn't really include smaller buildings, right? Although I do see some improvements in smaller buildings. But here's the thing about this game. Something weird is going on. Like, it seems as if Colossal Order is pretending that retaining walls don't exist. They're also kind of pretending like keys. And by the way, why is key pronounced key when it's spelled Q-A-Y? It should be pronounced quai, but it's pronounced key. That's kind of weird, don't you think? Anyway, they kind of pretend that keys are only for seawalls. So I think they mentioned that, yeah, I mean, people are trying to make keys using roads now, but keys are not just for seawalls. They're also used as retaining walls on the ground, bro. This is weird as hell. I mean, they're pretending that retaining walls don't exist. It's like retaining walls are not a thing. It's a bit weird. So even though they can smooth out the different terrains, it's still gonna look weird. It's still not gonna look straight like in real life where there's the existence of retaining walls. So I don't know what's gonna happen with this terrain dilemma or this terrain controversy. I guess we're gonna have to wait for either the better terrain DLC or the key DLC or the retaining walls DLC. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. We'll see. But this is the only thing. This patch is like a whole essay long, but I only care about the terrain thing. Maybe the post office thing. Okay. Also, I gotta ask something. Why is there so much gas stations in this game?